Hi, if you know me, you know I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Because of that, my videos can take a long time to make. I've tried doing less editing, making fewer drawings, but nothing seems to cure my perfectionism. So, naturally, I'm doing a complete 180 and giving myself exactly 24 hours to make this video. Seriously, the timer's already going. Has been since I started typing up this script. Now, for this to work, we need a premise for this really rushed recording, and so I've prepared the Wheel of Ideas. These are all ideas I like, but aren't substantial enough on their own to make into individual videos. Perfect for this kind of thing. Let's give the wheel a spin. Okay, the story of my crazy acting teacher. I can make this work. Back when I was in university, I took a couple acting classes. Because, of course I did. However, you may recall I went to university in 2020 at the height of lockdown. As a result, all my acting classes were online. This will be important for later. Cut to right before my first university class. I'm sitting in my parents' basement, staring into the camera of a hand-me-down laptop with the anxiety levels of a prey animal being hunted for sport. Being the sweet summer child I was, I had my camera on and my mic unmuted because I assumed an acting class would be the kind of thing where we, act. The meeting starts and it's just my ugly mug, the professor, and a cacophony of black screens with my classmates' names pasted on them. I immediately realize I've made a mistake because my professor, seeing only my face, starts to small talk with me in front of 50 strangers. And in case you forgot, this is my first university class ever. From that point on, my camera stayed off permanently. I know a lot of folks will judge me for that, but at least I have an excuse. Trauma. I'm still mad at those people who never even tried turning their cameras on or engaging with the lecture in any capacity. Online classes were only bad because y'all made it that way. Sorry, I'm getting very off topic. I don't have time to proofread or fix the script, so this is what you're stuck with. I could tell right from the get-go that my professor, let's call him Tim, was eccentric, to say the least. He would always talk in this slow drawl, accentuating random parts of his sentences. Imagine, if you will, Christopher Walken, who is just high all the time. Our projects were just as odd as our professor. There was one assignment where we did a minute-long monologue and we got to pick the source material. I'm a huge nerd, of course, so I chose the beginning to The Hobbit, and I was really excited about doing some actual acting exercises. Until I looked closer at the project requirements. Recite your monologue as fast as possible, as loud as possible, with unusual emphasis? Can't we just do one normal thing? I am paying like $800 for this class after all. Frickin' universities. I understand Tim was trying to get us to explore our vocal range and all that, but couldn't we start with acting history or improv or tips for script reading? Just anything remotely normal instead of in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty dirty wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry bare sandy hole, nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. It had a perfectly round door like a porthole painted green with a shiny yellow brass knob in the exact middle. The door opened onto a tube-shaped hall like a tunnel. A very comfortable tunnel without smoke, with paneled walls and floors tiled and carpeted, provided with polished chairs. Yeah. You get the idea. A couple weeks of weird assignments later, we finally got our first script. We were all randomly assigned partners and scripts and just told to do our best and have fun. Again, I'm excited. Until I see my script. I'm paired up with a quiet goth girl, and our script is all about how our romantic relationship is falling apart, partly because of how things are going in the bedroom. Excuse, I am a virgin. I know not of these sexy times of which you speak. What is the charge? Enjoying a delicious meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Look, I'm aware this is an acting class and you gotta be ready for anything, but I don't know, I was kind of hoping for improv games, whose line is it anyway style, not immediately jumping into incredibly intimate dialogue with a random girl pretending I know anything about the birds and the bees. And also, these two characters were so bad at relationships it was driving me crazy. Just talk to each other. You're not communicating. It's no wonder your relationship is falling apart. Regardless, I'm pretty sure I got a 70 on that assignment because my acting was too normal for my professor. I wasn't doing enough screaming or something. I should have done a Christopher Walken impression. Tim would have loved that. Despite all of that, though, the weirdest part of that class was the quote-unquote warm-ups at the beginning of the lecture. Alright, before we begin our practice, let's explore some energy as we locate ourselves. Cameras on, everyone. Unmute your microphones. Take your shoes off, and let's start by finding some rotation. So just spin in a circle. Everyone together. Alright, now let's begin to express the voice, starting as loud as we possibly can. Remember, while this is happening, I'm in my parents' basement, and they're both home, and they don't know what I'm doing. Okay, great work, everyone. Now let's find some sideways movement and expel the negative energy from our throats. Is this seriously necessary? Good, good. Now we'll try some open throat expressions. There's no way I'm doing that. You think I'm exaggerating the noise? No, I'm actually downplaying how insane it was because I don't want my neighbors to think I'm butchering cows in here. The rest of my university acting classes were a lot more normal, but every now and then I think about Professor Tim. I'm almost positive that guy was a swindler who somehow got access to our Zoom meetings and completely derailed the class. And done. See, I made a video in 24 hours, hence the brevity and poor drawing quality. Actually, I haven't even made the drawings yet as of recording this, but I can only assume they'll be terrible given the limited time frame. To be fully transparent, I do want to get faster at making videos, but I also have some big projects in the works that I need to dedicate my time to. So this video was kind of a cheap way to keep posting stuff without sinking all my time into it. Call it lazy, call it smart, call me maybe... I don't give a fart. I don't know what that was. I don't know what this video is. I also don't have time to write a clever outro. Click buttons. Goodbye.